Alright, I think we're good to go. So, hello and welcome. Let's get started. So this is an earlier stream. Let me just adjust the microphone. Probably put it here. This is an earlier stream. It's starting earlier, probably going to end earlier as well. Tomorrow, let me switch to face cam. Let's see how I look today. Notice anything different? Not the shirt and not the wet hair. I have that every stream apparently. It's like, I always like shower right before a stream. These curls are crazy. Yeah, the glasses are new. You may notice that I probably won't be able to wear them during the stream because my broke ass didn't pay for the anti-reflective coating, and apparently that's how much of a difference it makes. The ring light completely just blinds it. I can do the anime. Can I actually do that? If I go like... I don't know if that worked, the previews over there, but I don't know if the lens is flashed with the reflection. Yeah, it's gonna be a shorter stream. Or not really a shorter stream, probably gonna end at like 12, so like 4 hours maybe. Tomorrow I'm going with friends to Anime North, which is like a anime convention in Toronto. Honestly, for the purpose of going to an anime convention once in my life, so I can make fun of them better. No, I mean, I like anime, I haven't really watched anime since I was crazy about it back in college. And then I just didn't have time. I used to watch like a full series in a night. I would just like stay up all night. That's probably why my grades were terrible. But yeah. The main reason I'm going actually is to test out my new camera setup. If you're wondering why there haven't been YouTube videos for a while, it's because I'm trying to improve my camera setup. So now I have these guys. So the camera is still the same, and then this thing here is a gimbal, which is basically something that holds the camera, kind of like a tripod, like a handheld tripod, whatever. Selfie stick, more like. But it has like gyros and motors, so then it like always keeps the camera steady, and the video turns out a lot nicer, and you can like do like panning shots and stuff like that. Mainly because I took this camera on vacation before I had the gimbal mount, and all the footage was like completely unwatchable. So I need like practice using it. Yeah, without the gimbal mount, it was like completely shaky. Anyway, I'm stalling for too long. Let's play some video games. I might actually... So like the plan is to like take videos of Anime North, and then let me go back here. Here we go. The plan is to take videos of Anime North and maybe share them. Maybe at least share parts of it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get the microphone set up to work, because I want to be able to hear me talking, but hear other people talking, because I might like... I've never been to an anime convention, but my friend said that like a lot of the time that they spent was like talking to like cosplayers and people like dressed up. Yeah, I still haven't nailed coffee. Pour over coffee is very difficult to get it like consistently good. This isn't bad. Today it's not bad, but I think the grounds were too fine. It sucks because you can only really try like once or twice a day. You're limited by your caffeine intake. To move this, Move it like there. Like that. Alright. So the plan for today... I actually fix my seat. I always forget. Gotta have the back straight, gotta have good posture. I think it's exactly where it was before, but... Okay, so the plan for today is... I think... The events are still up, right? Okay, the events are still up. This one has 8 days, this has 1 day. So we have time. We just fix the volume. I think it just needs to be like 50. Let's put it to 50. 48. I could actually put it lower. Let's do like 45. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. I think it's a bit too loud, like it's going almost into the green. 38. I'll probably keep it there. It's better to have it too low than too high, I would say. Okay, so ignore commissions. I think I'll probably try to start off with Windtrace. I am absolutely terrible with Windtrace. I played it off stream, and the only time I ever won was on stream. So, yeah, still gotta get like 4 of these rewards. I played as the hunter for like 1 round, and I did not catch a single person. This coffee's not bad. Tasted a lot worse with the first sip, but I think the taste buds need to acclimate. You know, I actually wanted to make a YouTube video just about like all the ways to make coffee. Just like trying out like different coffee makers and like pros and cons of all of them. But I feel like people who actually know a lot more about like coffee and all that would you know, hit me with the actually you need to let the beans aerate for like 24 more seconds and then you can get the optimal taste out of this coffee maker. So I might just make a video called like making coffee for lazy people. It's like which coffee maker is best for people who don't want a lot of like cleanup or don't want like a lot of prep and stuff like that. But I feel like the best coffee maker for something like that would be like just a normal drip coffee maker, you know? Okay. Let's go in and... Because honestly, I've been doing like a pour over coffee maker and it's really nice because it's just, oh no, I'm a hunter. How do I switch windward arts? Oh, I see. So replace normal attack. I don't know what these do. Shoot. Does it tell me? Replace elemental burst. Capture. Okay, I think capture is a trap. Mysterious hunch. I have no idea. You know what? I need to try these. Or no, capture is like how you actually catch other characters. Okay, I don't have time to figure this out, apparently. Okay, so he's gonna see me. Okay. I know where you are, you can't hide. Alright. That's the first time I ever caught someone. So they're probably gonna go for the one furthest from me. Never mind. That was a misjudgment. But But if I'm running over there, but they're gonna capture it if I don't run over there. Yeah, and then it's gonna be that one. I need to lay traps. That's what I need to do. Okay, I see you. Gotcha. I'm gonna put a trap right there, and... Oh, there's a cooldown. Okay. So those 2 captured. They already replaced a signal. The teleportation technique. Favor is descendant, I need to get that. Ikuzu. Got him. Alright, not doing bad, not doing bad. Hello? And where would you be heading? Okay, locations. I don't see any beacons. Ah, shoot. Okay, not bad. You know, they can see me on the map. Rebels. Windtrace is hard. Windtrace is hard. Coffee's good. It tasted really weird on the first sip, but it's good. How many times do you have to catch them to eliminate them? Okay, so that's 1,000. So hopefully I only have to do it like 1 more time. And I got all these, that's good. Wonder if that's enough for commissions. Not quite. So after this we have the music event, and then we have like a Saurian event or something. Windtrace is hard. Also, can you hear the... Okay, so the microphone isn't picking up the birds if I'm not talking. That's good. Let's see. Okay, this is a very open map. Let me see. Okay. So I'm looking that way. Sorry, I got really confused by the minimap for a second. Somebody already got caught. It really is like a meme. Like people playing the game. I think he saw me. So I actually don't know how to dispel the disguise. The only way I know of it is by going invisible. And I'm sure there should be another way to do it. Can I just catch this? Okay, he probably put a trap here. That's my expectation. Not that I could see it. probably get this. You click the wrong thing. I need regen stamina. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, he's coming right for me. All my abilities are gone while he has this. That's rough. Am I the only one here? Oh shoot. Okay. I ran out of stamina. I never win. I actually just never win. Okay, I think that's actually enough. So I think we got all the stuff. I'm glad that at least my only win at this game was on stream. That's a good thing. So I'm gonna leave a comment on this stream. Sorry. And probably maybe even make an announcement. Next week I'm going to try to play Wuthering Waves, which is the Genshin killer game. Because the devs of Punishing Grey Raven made their own, like, they made like a clone of Genshin, basically. Apparently it's not very good, though. And a lot of people have been disappointed, but I still want to try it. I mean, it's a free game. It's free content. So, because honestly, with streaming... I'm just gonna change this for a bit. Yeah, that's better. With streaming, like... I paid like $30 for Power World, and I think I streamed it twice. And like, I keep telling myself that like I should stream it more, and like start a new playthrough or something. But like, I feel like everyone's kind of fell off already. And it's not about like chasing trends, but I don't know, it's just not a good look, I guess. I don't know. Maybe after Wuthering Waves, I'll play a bit of Power World. Okay, so next is... we'll do this one in a bit. Let's finish this up. So I think I've done most of this. Okay, yeah. So, Meeting of Melodies and Ensemble. So this is the rhythm game, which was cool. This is done. So then I just need to do this, which is just objectives. Oh no. Oh no, there's photographing. Okay, 3 star conches, that is easy. Sango pearls, that should be easy, I think. Star conches I am very familiar with because C6 child user. So here's one. We'll have this done in no time. Here's 2. Could be more over here. There's always the Sisson Mage. There's one right behind it. But let me just banish you from the realm of the living. I feel like I'm doing a YouTube walkthrough. Okay, done. I'm very familiar with star conches. And Sango Pearls, I think, should just be over here. I think so. I think it's on this island. I think so. I don't think there's anyone here to correct me, so I'm going to hope that this is the right one. So it should be like down in the water. Is it in the water? I can't remember. If anything, if I get stuck, I can just look up the interactive map. Okay, so what are these? These are pearls, right? That was easy. Next. Okay, and then we just gotta do the photographing and the mechas. Let's do the easy ones first. Wait, what are the photographs? Just in case there's like one around here. Birds, dogs, cats. Oh, that's easy. That's actually really easy. Fontaine is full of birds. Funny how any coffee that I make is better than the coffee maker at work. Because... oh, is that a living legend? Do I want to try? It's one of these super tough enemies, I think. Yeah. Vivian. The name strikes fear into the hearts of enemies. Okay, I am doing no damage. I think I need to switch teams. I don't think you can leave that, though. So if I have a ranged... I mean, this is a very... oh no, you can leave that. I thought you couldn't leave the circle. That's fine. I think if I switch to my other... I think if I switch to my other team with Eula and Yaimi go, then it should be... oh, I can kill that guy while... okay, let me kill this thing first. Because I think that's one of the objectives. Does this count as mecha, ruin mecha? It might. It might not. It's tanky though. Oh shoot. Is it raining? Oh, it is. So Vaporize isn't gonna work. This is. Alright. Does that count? I don't know if that counted. Okay, yeah, it does. Clockwork Mecha. Oh, I see. Clockwork Mecha is Fontaine specific. Okay, it's a good thing I came here first then. Let me try switching teams, and then I'll try to kill this thing. But he was quite tanky. Okay, we'll try this one. Let's see if it can survive a Eula nuke. Yeesh. Well, I should probably just keep her out. Yeah, he destroys Xinyan's shield in just one hit. Okay, it's a good thing the ult went off before she died, though. This is just gonna take skill. And food, because I have no shame. Okay, that's fine. His attacks are very weird to dodge. Yeesh. Okay. That's fine. Sorry guys, I don't have John Lee on my team. Like, I just got hit by something that I didn't even see. I could probably win. I'm just waiting for the shield to come back, because I can at least take one hit from this guy. And nice. We did it, guys, with only 2 casualties. Alright. What was I doing here again? Are there gonna be any birds in the rain? These guys count as clockwork mecha, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Makes it easier. Or are there just not birds out during the day? I'm gonna use this food eventually. I'm guessing there's just no birds. I don't know if it's because it's night or because of the rain. Let's try changing the time. I think I know a spot with birds, actually. I think... they're around here?
いい眺めね。高いところに登れば敵の位置が一目瞭然だわ。
Huh. I feel like I've never gathered these before. These are for Risley, aren't they? How is it that I can't find a single bird? Do you think Timmy's pigeons count? If they do, then that's very funny. I'm going through these great lengths just to find a bird in Fontaine. There should be tons of birds in Fontaine. I have no idea where they all are. Well, if it isn't a dog. Fancy meeting you here. Does that not count? Two types of dogs. That is the doggest picture I can do. Is this the wrong camera? Am I supposed to use this? I'm supposed to use this. Why? That's very strange. Zoom in and out. It's weird. Okay. It's very weird that they want me to use this camera instead. Okay. It's very inconvenient as well. Yeah, that's two cats done. There should be more dogs around here somewhere. I'm sure everyone's sick of seeing Bennett, so I'm gonna change. I'm sure everybody has used Bennett more than they wanted in their life. Okay, that's two dogs. I think Shinyan's shield was doing very badly against that Hydro guy. A, because they are, like, tweaked to do a ton of damage, the local legend things. And also was, like, water versus fire. Which I think does make a difference. Pigeon. I think these guys are different. There we go. Oh, these do auto-target them. And people used to think Yaimiko was a bad character. Look at how meta she is. she can kill Timmy's pigeons better than anyone else. Yaoi Miko actually makes this game so much more bearable, especially with like the really annoying enemies like specters and stuff. Like, I cannot fight specters without Yaoi Miko auto-targeting them. Because even with the bow, it's like, it's too much effort. It's more effort than I want to exert fighting specters. Especially since like every character needs them. And we are done. Alright. I'll just set it as the, wait until the next day, 14 o'clock. I'll take this chance to drink more coffee. It really is crazy how much pour over coffee, like it's very finicky. Like it depends on a lot of things, like even just the way you pour it. And like, I forgot it's in Japanese. I need to change it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, even just like the fineness of the grounds, like it really changes the taste a lot.
おかげで全てが整った。旅人、パイモン、感謝する。
おいおい、水臭い態度だな。全然ロックじゃないぞ。
ちびすけ、飲み込みが早いじゃねえか。ところで、今夜はお前も舞台に上がって、俺様と勝負したいそうだな。
Hopefully I can change it to English.
見ただけだぞ。まったく、ドブルザークのやつ。
Like, I prefer the Japanese dub, but for the purpose of streaming, it kinda needs to be English.
Arataki 合格会を連覇してる男だからな。違う
ぞ。オイラは謙虚なんだ。謙虚さはロックだろ。オイラは誰よりもロックだぜ。
なら、俺様と勝負しよう。
おう、受けて立つぞ。誰がお前なんかにビビるもんか。はっ。
Sorry, I just have to... After drinking coffee, I always have to, like, rinse my mouth. Or else I can feel my teeth staining. Alright. Did you ever find that dog, by the way? I feel like it's been, like, 2 weeks since I last did this. So I've completely forgotten all the details.
本当に天守閣にいるってのが
勝手に天守閣に忍び込んだりするなよ。さらに迷惑がかかるんだからな。
そうだな。あいつに面倒かけてばっかりいたらいつか本当に雷に打たれちまった。
I really do like the Japanese voices though.
だから
I feel like they're cast a lot better.
文字を書いた紙切れを投げ込むだけにしておいた。
おいおい、それも十分危ないだろう。
鹿の院同心の推測は正しかったようだ。
まったく残念だぜ。さて、時間もやべえし、俺様はこれから場所を見つけて。
I can't get over how his abs are just drawn on. Maybe I should do that. Just get really good at makeup.
夜の本番までに逃げようなんて気を起こすなよ。
いい気になるなよ、牛使い野郎。どっちが一番ロックか見せつけてやるぜ。
それじゃまた夜に。
So is Paimon gonna compete
後でおい
in
ら
a
に
music
ラッププレイ
contest
して
against?
イットのやつなんかに負けたくないからな。
そうだ。
This is why I have to have it in English, because like I kind of just read the
招
dialogue,
待客の一部が到着している。
or like I can't read the dialogue while streaming.
あんたについて聞かれたんだ。会っていかないか？
おお、荒滝派が誘ったやつらってことか。
Alright, we should be able to just change the language now. I wonder what Yaimiko sounds like in English. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Here's the settings option. Maybe I need more coffee. Maybe that's it. What does Yaimiko sound like in English?
Right now. Right here.
It's a lot less smug. I feel like it doesn't, like, suit them as well. It doesn't suit her as well.
Oh, you're a real trooper, Yoimiya. This must be one of the furthest places you've ever delivered to.
I promised Ito that I'd supply fireworks for his festival. I wasn't about to go back on my word.
Hey, Toma, Yoimiya.
Traveler, Paimon! Cool, you're here too!
Well, looks like I owe the Arataki gang a huge thank you. If they weren't putting on this event, who knows when I would have gotten to see you next.
You hear that? In case it was too subtle for you, Toma's complaining that you guys never make time to come and visit your old pals.
You know what's funny?
It's true.
Oh, hello,
Obviously, traveling is
MAA.
very important to you.
Welcome to the
But you
stream.
gotta take a break every once in a while. Just remember that you've got friends out there that would love nothing more than the chance to make you feel looked after.
What did you miss? You ask that like every time. I was just doing events first. Kind of just stalling, I guess. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I was gonna say, the funny thing about Toma is that his design matches the staff of Homa, and it's like actually pretty good for him, but it's kind of funny that they did that, even though I don't think it's actually made for him. You've been late for the past few weeks,
For once,
so that's why you ask.
Not much, I'm afraid. I guess my connections are one key K9 short.
Oh, it's all good. I've been starting earlier.
Assuming this really happened, I feel like Watatsumi Island would have had to be involved. This is a dog who managed to sneak in and out of a war zone, repeatedly, without leaving a trail for anyone to follow. Whatever the case, it would have needed someone to help cover its tracks. As far as I know, the Shogun's army doesn't do that kind of thing.
So you're saying it was the Sangonomiya troops? They had a specially trained dog for rescuing critters from the battlefield?
Sounds kind of far-fetched if you ask me. Do we really think Sangonomiya's forces had enough manpower to fight a full-scale war and
You know,
run a-
Paimon's English voice
what?
actually sounds
Flying
pretty
wildlife
similar to the
rescue
Japanese
operation
voice.
side?
Okay, well if it wasn't Sangonomiya's side, it must have been the Shogunate.
Right. So, in my view,
Just
it's more
listening to
likely
them
that
sort of
Mr.
side by
Dvorak
side.
simply made the story up as something to capture people's imaginations. I mean, he's an artist, right? Isn't rock music about expressing things we don't fully understand?
Kind of like fireworks in a way. Don't question it, just feel it.
Yeah, that sort of makes sense. That makes you an artist too, Yoimiya. Fireworks are your art.
I'll take it. And on that note, boy, do I have an art show for you tonight. Make sure you don't miss it.
Alright, here's Heizo and Sayu. She's been here for weeks, just sleeping.
Hey, there you are. I sent you some letters a few days ago. Have they shown up yet?
Ooh, Does this mean you figured it out?
I've made some progress, but I'm still missing the final piece of the puzzle. I don't have anything conclusive yet, but I have a hunch that it involved both the Yoshi
MAA. This
and
is
Saurian Event.
the voice actor from the new Nancy Drew.
During the war?
Shh. Like I said, it's just a hunch. Let's not get carried away. Anyway, I've written to the station, and they shouldn't take too long to get back to me. Yuriki Owada should be able to help find what I need. In the meantime, you'll just have to be patient. I would have gone back to the station to look into it myself, but I knew Ito was performing tonight, and I didn't want to miss it.
Interesting.
Oh, wow!
Hazel's a
Sounds
fun
like I'm in
character.
for a real treat.
I
I
just
definitely picked the right place to be tonight.
I think he
Will the
used
travelers' long
oh yeah, he
serving
used the
voice finally
Beatles
graduate from
to level
speech
up,
to song
and I
in a
just didn't want to
triumphant
gather all
victory
those
over the
Beatles.
Oni rocker of Hanamizaka. I'll be awaiting with bated breath.
Cut it out, both of you! No more stupid nicknames!
You haven't gone to play the new Nancy Drew game yet, because it's not on Steam yet. I see they didn't do a joint release. They had an exclusivity deal with themselves, I guess.
This Miss Hina looks very familiar. Even the outfit.
I was thinking the same thing, Your Excellency, but I just can't put my finger on it.
Wait, does he not
She
know about
really
it?
is the spitting image.
Of who?
Goro, Kokumi, hey!
Oh, hello, you two. It's been a while.
I'm so happy to see you again. I was just asking Shinobu if she knew where you were.
This is a nice surprise. Paimon didn't expect to run into you two at an Arataki gang music festival.
Oh, I barely did anything. A reader for my That's Life column was asking for advice about it, so I figured I'd help out. Turned out the reader in question was Mr. Arataki Ito. Her Excellency was also very supportive of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, wasn't Goro's thing that like he did like an advice column, but then
Rock and Roll Music Festival
Yaimiko
sounded like a good way to attract tourists.
created a character
And
out of
to
him?
bring attention to the plight of living things, right?
You're guessing it's to
Seems like
maximize
something
profits
to
because Steam takes a
Yeah,
cut.
apparently it has something to do with a dog that was a war hero.
Yeah,
Although it's sadly probably not.
they
a
probably
true
need
story.
every sale they can
I don't
get.
know if you heard anything about that?
Oh, you know, bits and pieces. Nothing concrete.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Those sounded suspiciously like prepared answers.
Probably because we've answered that question before.
I mean, couldn't they just
Arataki
make it
Ito
more
gave us
expensive
about
on
it a
Steam?
while back. We'd certainly love to help if we can.
I don't know.
Yes, of course. Actually, I was hoping to ask for your opinion on something. Does Miss
You would
Hina
buy
look
directly
familiar
from
to you at all?
Her
I
Interactive,
had
but
this
you heard
strange feeling
downloads
like
expire after a few
I've seen her
years.
somewhere before.
Oh,
That's very anti-consumer.
But you don't remember where?
she probably just looks similar to someone you know.
That's a good idea, actually. Have you seen other games do that?
There's no mystery here. Just
Usually, for like gacha
see.
games,
That
or like games with
makes sense.
microtransactions on like the Google store,
Traveler, let's get out of here.
like Google takes a cut, so microtransactions cost more
So many people we know
for
need
games if you play them, or if you buy microtransactions through Google. They just raise the price.
Come on, let's head to the jam zone.
So if you want to pay less, then you can buy or you can like download a game on PC and then buy all the microtransactions through there.
Dvorak,
For
you're
Genshin, it's the same.
Sure am. I've been checking
It's the
over
same price
equipment,
between
scores,
the
and
PC
lyric sheets
client
to
and
make sure
the
everything's ready for tonight.
mobile.
Shinobu was telling me how popular light novels are here in Inazuma, so I've tweaked the melody and lyrics for a more Arataki gang feel with a light novel twist.
light novels plus rock music, so light rock.
Alternative rock.
I actually didn't change too much. Just took out the dog and made it about Onikabuto instead. Should be more up Ito's alley. This event couldn't have happened
I
without
can't
him.
get over how he
It's
just
my
sounds
way
like a
of showing
dude.
him some appreciation, I guess.
What? You got rid of the
When you
dog?
heard Shinobu, you heard
Wasn't the dog
Chernobyl.
inspiration behind the festival?
Yes, but that's all it was. The initial inspiration. Doesn't matter if we change it to an Onikabuto, or you, or me, or anything else. It's the spirit of it that counts.
Spirit? What do you mean?
The spirit of rock and roll?
It's so funny. He's not doing a voice at all. Like, everyone else is, like, really
It's all about the
acting.
music, my friends.
Like,
Just enjoy
they
the
really
music.
up the acting
That's all that matters.
when they play a character, but he's just using his, like, normal voice.
Enjoying music.
And it gets me every time.
Paimon's gotta get practicing or Bullchucker's gonna hog the spotlight tonight.
By all means, be my guest. I knew you'd come around to the idea of going on stage. Here's the music score and lyrics. I can't wait to see this.
Like, he's just a normal guy in a world of cartoon characters.
Called? I got reincarnated as an Onikabuto and flipped the world upside down? What sort of song title is that? Is this supposed to be rock and roll?
They really
Soft
like
rock, actually.
poking fun at light novel titles.
No peeking! You can hear them tonight when Paimon sings a song.
Reincarnated in another world as an Onikabuto. Are people still into that? Like, is isekai still, like, a huge thing? Because I think that's when I, like, dropped off anime. When every new anime coming out was, like, a light novel. That was a cutscene time. Not yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a night to celebrate, and I trust you're all having a wonderful time. It's been a non-stop rock and roll ride this evening, and we're almost at the end. But first, it is my huge honor to invite two very special guests to the stage. The illustrious Mr. Arataki Ito and Miss Paimon. The two of them will be performing a brand new song written specially for tonight's event. It's called I Got Reincarnated as an Onikabuto and Flipped the World Upside Down. Take it away.
How does he not feel ridiculous saying that out loud? I'm gonna hide my face cam. Are we gonna hear some J-Rock?
Took an arrow to the heart, and the Bakedanuki shapeshifted into dark.
I weasel beneath you, I bequeath all my mora. 200 goes to my pa.
Okay, Ito's not that bad, but the Paimon got me.
Orbital General Crab, only a shell remains.
Unagi, goodbye. Now rest in peace. Please don't cry.
'Cause we'll get reborn as a Beetle next time.
Onikabuto raise
See, the thing is, Ito's Japanese voice actor is actually like a singer. So now I'm really sad I didn't get to hear that. I didn't consider that. Maybe I'll look it up later. His English voice actor isn't bad though. It's still better than a Hu Tao rap. It's not a high bar.
So that's rock music, huh? It's a little different than I imagined.
Wait, you've never heard rock music?
Really? It's different from what I'd heard before. Could be a relatively new genre of rock, I suppose.
And it
So,
wasn't really rock
how'd you like
music,
my
to be
performance?
honest.
Did I dominate this little melon here or what?
Okay, Bullchucker, you got owned and you know it.
Oh, stop it, you two. I think both of you are sensational.
Here, here. Really mind-blowing stuff, guys.
I call it a draw. You're very evenly matched. You think? Okay, well, what about you, my compadre? Who do you think is the most rock and roll?
Guys, you're both rock stars.
Hey,
Nice weather we're having.
Don't try to change the subject.
Let's not argue anymore, shall we? Ito and Paimon, you both gave incredibly moving performances.
I'll bring the face cam back.
I owe you all an enormous debt of
You
gratitude.
gotta see my live
Without
reaction.
your help, this music festival never would have happened.
Don't mention it, Jack Attack. Hey, if we hadn't met, I wouldn't even know what the spirit of rock and roll means.
The spirit of rock and roll? So, what does it mean?
It means you rock up, rock out, roll the dice, and roll with the punches. Just like me and Paimon.
Yeah, that's obviously not what it means. Mr. Dvorak, could you please give us the official definition? Someone needs to take this guy down a peg.
An official definition?
What
I
is
don't know that one
rock and
exists.
roll?
It's an emotional experience, as though you're hearing your own story speak to you through the music.
Funny you should say that. I was just thinking that the spirit of rock and roll is, well, like the Onikapito in the song.
I can't believe
Showers
Shinyan
grab
isn't
life by the horns
in
and
this
survive
event,
against all
the
odds.
music event. Well, I guess it's all
Better sense of
Inazuma
rock and roll
characters.
than I thought.
What about you, Yoimiya?
Oh, well, I...
Yeah, I don't think there's any
all about that
non-Inazuma
dog,
characters
but then
here.
the song didn't even mention it, so, was that supposed to be symbolic? Like, if the dog didn't exist, maybe the injured animals didn't either. If there was no injured animals, then that means there was no war. Which means the world is at peace.
Oh, so for Yoimiya, the rock and roll spirit is all about world peace.
Me? I hadn't given it all that much thought.
The story, the term rock and roll derives from the more literal rocking and rolling, a phrase used by 17th century sailors to describe the motion
Keeping the Arataki gang
of a ship on the sea.
Shinobu, seriously, you've got nothing to worry about. If the Raiden Chogan had seen any of those notes, she'd have come to join the
I
party.
don't get it.
Paimon agrees that you don't need to worry.
Did sailors invent rock and roll?
Arrested Ito by now.
Is that what that's referring to?
Where is that guy anyway? And where did Kokomi and Goro go?
Oh, Doshin Shikanoin had to run back to the station, so he didn't get the chance to say goodbye to you guys. But he did leave something for you. It's over there.
I can keep the cardboard cutout of Miss Hina.
As for the other two, they
Why
couldn't
can't we
stick
have that
around
as a
because they had a
decoration
government
for the
meeting to get to.
teapot?
They did ask me to pass on their regards, though.
The fact that these busy people all made time to attend the party is
Can't believe they haven't
telling.
done that.
Clearly, Ito wasn't exaggerating about the stature of the Arataki gang. Ito, what can I say? It's truly been an honor to work with you.
Well, Jack Attack, I can't take all the credit. Let's not forget the Traveler's part in all this. A lot of people showed up because they knew he'd be here. If we do this again, we gotta make sure we find a way to get him on stage. How's that sound, compadre? Get that
Sorry, you
rock and
can't
roll
get the
spirit
Traveler
ready,
on
'cause
stage
next
because his
time it'll be
voice
your
actor
turn
can't
to
pay for the
rock
bus
our
fare.
collective
Your Excellency, I believe the Tenryou Commission detective is...
Don't worry about it, Goro. The Puppy Union was a joint venture between us and the Yashiro Commission. If we can maintain secrecy, then
The
all
Puppy
the better
Union?
for it. But that was never the main goal. We saved some lives, and that's what matters.
I was more worried about the potential impact on your reputation, Your Excellency. After all, some of the lives we've saved belong to the Shogunate. If someone with an agenda finds out, it could cause an uproar.
Don't worry. There might be a way to make
There's just
sure
a
that
rune
gets
machines in the
safer.
background.
Really? How?
All of a sudden, you just see like a targeting reticle,
We and
reticle
Arataki Island are supposed to be working together
on
now.
Kokomi.
So it's not necessarily
And she
a
just gets
bad thing
blasted
if
out of the
we discover
cutscene.
that we were already cooperating with the Yashiro Commission even during the war.
I see.
Goro, if you want my opinion,
Oh no,
you
it's
should be
coming
more
right for you.
concerned about Miss Hina than you are about this.
Miss Hina? What makes you say that?
I hear she works for That's Life magazine as well. She's young, popular, pretty, and she seems to be just as good at offering comfort to people in need as you are. So it looks
I mean, has
like
he
you have
never
some competition.
read his column after
Understood,
writing
Your
it?
Excellency. I will work hard to stay ahead of the competition.
Well, if it isn't a not to
I learned
be.
something new today. I never knew that the Hydro Nation's rock music had the power to stir up lightning.
Miko, a few days ago, some strange paper notes flew into Tenshukaku, demanding that I hand over the dog. So I am here to see what on earth it was all about.
That's not the voice I expected.
I just assumed you must have gotten yourself a pet puppy.
That's not the voice I expected either of these characters to
I also
have.
received an invitation letter via Sara. I've never heard the name Arataki before, but they must be one of my subjects, and so I thought, why not grant them their wish?
Ah, so you came here to make a little Oni's wish come true, hmm? So tell me, how do you plan to respond to the Fontanian musician? It sounded to me like his music was commenting on the war.
The war. I'm not sure we can give him the answer he would hope for. But if nothing else, I know that we must avoid another war at all costs. The people cannot be made to suffer like that.
That spark is way too close to the fireworks. She's just gonna cause like a massive explosion.
But what if the bigger war comes to pass? What then?
If it cannot be avoided, then I will have no choice but to fight.
Well, if that day comes, I'm sure that everyone here tonight will fight by your side.
You know, it's funny, because Yai Miko, she's like part of like the main event art, isn't she? She's just back there, and she doesn't show up until the very end. That's a false advertising. So... is there like a shop or something? I don't think there is, right? How many crowns do I have by now? Because I just never get new characters. There isn't any shop, right? There's no currency, there's no nothing. So they gave me a ton of tickets. Yeah, guess not. Okay, so... how many gems do I have? 840. Cash them all in. I am up to 475. I think I can get to 600 before the Pyro Archon comes out. And then I could probably get her to C6. Because that's like, what? That's like a little less than 100 summons per constellation. And I already have pity basically up to the guarantee for the character. Okay, so the way I'm probably gonna do it when Pyro Archon comes out is spend it all on the character, get her to C6 first, and then use anything remaining for the weapon, if there is any. Okay, so let's do this one now. How long has it been? A little over an hour.
Humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but...
I think I can turn it back to Japanese. Because I think... oh right, we still have the Navia quest. Fine, I'll keep it.
lines. Their stories really...
Okay, this one I don't have to finish today, because there's still another week left for this one, and it just came out. But we'll see what it's about. It sounds like it's about Saurians, so I think it's like sort of leaving into Natlan. The country of dragons. Or the nation of dragons. I'm in the wrong place. I remember farming this guy like 2 years ago. Oh, you're finally here. You're the protagonist. Yes, that's me. Paimon's not sure what you mean by that question. Oh, would you look at that? Too eager for my own good. Oh, true, it's on autoplay. You're a chef. Looking to get along with the Pyro Regis fine. Well, what do you need us to do, really? I mean, the only thing we can really do is kill it. Truly amazing place. If I had to describe its marvelous novelty, it'd be like the first time I ate curry spicy enough to make me rain sweat. Speaking of which, met a whole bunch of friends in Natlan. They're good folks. Some taught me rock climbing. Others introduced me to the hot springs. Oh yeah, they did release the teaser for Natlan with like all the transformations or something. They're like mounts, but you don't actually mount them. But you didn't know this, the people in Natlan, especially their warriors, dress in imitation of their Saurians. And when in full panoply, they look every bit as brave. Made myself a hat based on my Natlan friends. Pretty awesome, eh? Wow, that hat looks just like hair. I think that's called a wig. Oh, that's the... Okay, I thought... Pretty unique. Can't tell what you're talking about. So what are we trying to do here? I thought to get myself a companion outside Natlan that could take the spot of a Saurian. Even if that doesn't work, it'll make a great story. Well, if that's your goal, you could have picked up more suitable targets to make friends with. I mean, how's a Regis fine like a Saurian? Wouldn't those spinny Geo guys, wouldn't they be more like Saurians? Sumpter Beast is nothing to brag about. Okay, let's get to the point. Alright, let's go. So what are we doing exactly? In the specially shaped Saurian search, you can speak to Ranjit and engage in challenges of varying difficulty. Ranjit will provide you with negotiation strategies that can be of great help in combat. On fearless difficulty, you can even adjust your negotiation strategies. Decreasing the number of strategies will increase the difficulty of challenges. Various negotiation strategies are divided into active strategies and long-term strategies. There's going to be 5 tutorials for this, and I'm going to go in without knowing anything, and I'll get the maximum reward anyway. Yeah, I'll figure it out. We just gotta kill the Pyro Regis fine. Let's turn these off. But wait, which characters am I using? It didn't let me choose characters. You can configure your party before the battle begins. When you enter a battle, all party members Okay, yeah, that's fine. That is fine. I'm gonna have to manually do it. I can't just use a... Okay, sure. Why not? See if I can remember what this team is. Shinobu, and then Baizu. I mean, it is just a fight, right?
No time to lose.
Doing very little damage.
Bond is strong.
This is different. Okay.
No time to lose. Remember, help comes first. Shouldn't let your guard down.
This is not doing a lot of damage. Maybe I made the difficulty too high. Alright, back to this.
How? I had only just...
Let's turn the difficulty down. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to fire a Kamehameha at me. Is child still downed? Let's see how many points I get. Wait, what? You have selected more than one negotiation strategy. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just nuke it once. We'll see how many points we get. True, I have to... Okay, let's set up the team again. I don't know why you can't just use a preset. Characters. Didn't it just say it would revive all characters? Can I use an egg? If I can find an egg. Where's all the revival stuff? This revives? Yes.
My people are used to the desert life, but still, I hope that one day they'll be able to...
I just hit try again. I shouldn't have tried again. Oh, okay. A multi-billion-dollar game. Exit challenge. Exit. I have to switch to the other team. Revive child. And then I can go in. Alright, let's kill this thing and get it over with.
bitter pill to swallow.
He's gonna do the Kamehameha. Yeah, you can't get that with get me with that twice. Alright, you first. Ooh, he's not down yet. I mean, this might just kill it anyway. Because the bloom cores are still going up, it's just not getting... Yeah. I mean, that's a gold. With the 1 star. Is that enough? I think that's good enough, if you ask me. Let's just go to the other one. Probably just switch to Team 2 with the Iyula and Yaimiko for this one. Or Team 1. I'm just gonna skip the dialogue, it doesn't seem very important, if you ask me. It's just kind of a teaser for Natlan from what I've gone so far. And that's about it. Just an excuse to get Primo Gems. So I did Fearless the last time, right? Should be alright. Am I doing damage?
Come on out, right now. Emerge. Crush.
Beg for mercy. Amp it up. Vengeance will be mine. Eye for an eye.
You're already dead. Or not. How much damage did that do? That did absolutely nothing. I'm just looking at the delayed preview. It didn't give a damage number for the burst. Okay, so the rest is locked. They made a fancy art for everyone here. I don't know if these existed before. Alright, not bad. Let's see how many summons that gives me. Just 1. Alright, Navia quest is next. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it starts here. So the Navia quest is going to be the last thing. That's very loud. The rushing water is very loud. Yeah, it's gonna be the last thing for the stream. And I think this might be the last Genshin stream for a while. Just because I'm not too interested in the other story quests. Nothing against the other characters, it's just, OMG. Yeah, I might actually play other games for a bit. Is Power World next? Next week I plan to play Wuthering Waves, which is, another company's attempt at making a Genshin type game, but apparently it's very bad. But it might be funny. It might be funny bad.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Or it might just be bad bad.
That voice! It's Navia!
That's right, I don't have autoplay
to
on.
run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
That voice suits her. Just getting in our daily dose of adventuring. No plans.
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
After it gets flooded every other day.
Most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
I swear, like, some calamity befalls Poisson every week.
Discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
I guess this is a post-Archon quest sort of quest.
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't
They really
the
cooked
best,
with
so
Navia's
all we've
design.
been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date.
And then Clorind looks crazy
They demonstrate
with
our
her
commitment.
gameplay.
They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Just super speed, electric.
President, you're a really responsible leader. That must be
She's a 6-star Key King.
Oh, you
Or Keking.
bet. Between that
Or however
and
you
all
say
the
her
other
name.
errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
That's true, her friends are dead.
And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the
I
city,
completely forgot about
I'm
that.
struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Why does Paimon sound different in every single cutscene?
Let Paimon see. Wait, there's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a
Like, am I the only one? Or did Paimon just sound different in the rock and roll event? Like, it sounds like she's doing a different voice in this event. Or this story quest, because this came maybe a couple months earlier.
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay.
French burgers.
Definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came
I can't
up
tell
with
you
it,
the amount of
I'd be
willpower
sure
it
to
took
remember
not
the
to pull
symbols
for
when I looked at
Navia.
them later. Unfortunately,
Pyro Archon better be worth it.
proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier,
Navia's design is by the same guy who did
you
Dea
said you
and
don't have any
Candace.
plans, right?
So,
we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
I think he did Xinyan, Dea, and Candace. I think those are his 3 characters. And then he did Navia. All characters that I like, so you know, me and him, we see eye to eye.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a
Why is this
station in
yellow?
Busan, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Is this some point of no return if I choose this dialogue option?
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
That's the first time I've seen a dialogue option like that. As far as I can remember.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Was Callus her dad? I can't remember.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson.
This reminds me of the subway situation in Toronto,
If you've already committed,
where it's literally
why
just
not just add a fourth?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying.
just 2 lines, really.
So convenient. It's really
Technically 3, but the third one doesn't lead anywhere.
It is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
Cries in Toronto. Yep. Don't worry, guys. They'll build the light rail line any day now. They've only been working on it for like 12 years.
But
All my Toronto friends who might be watching this in the future,
my father was always really
stay
stubborn.
strong.
Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard,
To the VOD watcher in 5 years who lives in Toronto, I hope they finished it by then.
And no farther. That included my mother, too.
The funniest part about that is that it just goes parallel to another line, so it's just kind of not even useful.
Yeah. Because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just...
Don't worry, I don't mind taking the bus everywhere, I guess.
not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then
You get
let's
used to
head
the
out.
fart smells eventually. Thoughts and prayers for Toronto. Yeah, that's all we got to go on, to be honest. It'll be open it'll be open in time
While before we get to
for our
Poisson.
generation to have grandchildren. Yeah.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon's sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably
Thanks for
don't
the
remember.
exposition, Paimon.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made
I
sure
like how
that the Spina
Paimon
could grow and thrive.
basically gives us a recaps, and knowing that we probably don't remember details from quests that came out like a year ago or
It's hard
more.
for me to piece together a more complete or intimate
So she just
picture of
gives
her.
like a full like
Sometimes I'd still look at the Clementine
like
line
expository
and wonder, would the
line.
Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning.
Isn't this the
I will always
plot?
associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun
I just
to
remember that
appreciate how
slime
water can
anime
take in and hold
that
our most
reborn in
intense
another world as a
feelings and
slime,
memories,
where they like
as well as
as
how
soon as
one may
like you
reflect on
give
their past by watching
a
the sea.
lesser like
I've lost
goblins
many
or
beloved
something
people
like a
and
name,
memories to the sea.
and they like become more
Stop for
powerful
them,
or something.
And must continue to keep moving.
That show sucked, by the way.
Change that they existed in my
I
life
think I watched.
and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
I think I watched like one season of that show, and I'm just like, you know what? I think I've had enough.
Always. But no matter what,
I didn't pick a
I
dialogue
can't
option.
change the past. But I tell myself that
I think it automatically picked a dialogue option because this boat needs to move.
have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go.
You know what's
Show
funny?
you the new Poisson.
Weren't we just at Poisson and it still looked exactly the same?
Navia, do you think she's doing all right?
She's always been having to cope with one thing or another. She has had like tragedy after tragedy. Her mom dies when she's a kid. Her dad gets like executed. Her home gets like flooded like every other day. Her best friends died in the flood saving her life. There better not be something bad that happens in this quest. It's just like a little life. Remind me not to read that book then, I guess.
Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was saying earlier that like, it's funny that I don't have a single 5-star from Fontaine. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend you or anyone else, for that matter, to read it, but I low-key love it. I'm not into like books where it's just kind of like a lot of bad things happen. If that, I'm sure that sounds really lame, but it's just some books or stories where it's just like, it's just constant like misfortune. It's just kind of like, why am I reading this? This kind of just makes me feel crummy, if you know what I mean. That's why I can't watch The Boys, or rather I don't like enjoy it that much, the Amazon show, because it just kind of feels like they never, like nothing good ever happens to that show.
Traveler in Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
It's just constant pain.
Hey, fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time
Hey,
being,
MAA, you might want to watch your language. You got auto-modded. Or you got hit with the auto-moderation. It's fine. You can show the message, YouTube. It's fine. That's funny. Yeah, you might want to tone it down. This is a PG Christian site.
We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you.
Was either fireworks or gunshots?
As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson.
I don't trust
Mr.
Florent.
Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right.
Does that mean you'll get banned if you get auto-modded too many times?
Everyone's old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me?
I think bans are decided by like actual human moderators,
but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design
myself.
that we want to use first.
Like we have to actually ban you manually.
So basically,
But you're on
we've
thin
been
ice.
meaning to commission a statue of
Watch
my
your
parents
language.
in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as callously unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him.
But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
Yeah, I don't trust Florent. Never trust an NPC that just gets randomly introduced and has a large role.
Mr. Callis and everything they did.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
Has Navi even done anything?
Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades.
I thought she's done stuff.
Once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
Well, that answers my
I agree
question.
wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
She did play a role in the
Just
Archon
kidding.
quest.
There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value.
But I mean, like, specifically for
At a minimum,
Poisson,
I'd have to
probably
match
not.
what my father did for the people.
I don't know.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway,
I do
Florent,
dig the blue and
now
yellow
it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
of her, like, design.
We can ask the sculptor to start looking
It's
for a good
very,
plot once we've decided
it
on the
matches the
poses for
branding of my
Clementine and
channel.
Mr. Callis.
I actually noticed when I was making the
had any
thumbnail,
real
I'm like, this is
discussions yet on
basically
possible
just
designs.
the
I feel
channel
like I should get a few promising
colors.
designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
For once, she didn't say traveler.
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine. Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
Her most valuable partner that is still alive. We don't count the ones that aren't, I guess. That's true. Didn't she also get dissolved? Didn't she, like... What did happen during the Archon quest? Didn't she get dissolved and then, like... I think she came back... because, like, she was able to be saved? Or did the Traveler get dissolved? I can't remember.
Well, I've actually
It
discussed
was
it a bit
a
with
while
Laurent
ago.
before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
He's already posing. Try for something... looking out into the distance.
By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
Oh, I see what you
Considering that the Traveler is like 4 feet tall.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something
Are we
else.
gonna do all 3? Let's do a happy pose.
A happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Well, skill issue.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs?
Fake laughing is very difficult. Fake laughing and fake smiling.
Let's try something else.
Like, the only way I can, like, smile for pictures is if I can tell myself a joke in my head. Or trick myself into, like, laughing, almost. Or else it just comes up, like, I just smile for pictures. Like, or... it's just like, it doesn't work.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it.
You could probably see how, like, brown my teeth are.
This pose! It makes me recall Sfina di Rasula's glorious golden age.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person?
Come on,
If we
Paimon.
were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist
I'm with you on fake laughing. My fake laugh when someone says something funny at work is pitiable.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image
Yeah,
of her in our
I feel like
hearts.
whenever I, like,
Let's try to
fake
come up
laugh
with something
at some of
else.
these jokes, it's very obvious. It's like condescending almost.
Different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yes, that's exactly
Hi,
what I'm
boss.
talking
Good
about.
morning.
So
Hello,
after
Nature
the
Tree.
case,
Good
she was
evening.
finally willing to talk
Or
to
rather, good morning
She
for
told
you.
me that
Good
she
evening
wanted
for
to
me.
join the Spina too. I said
How you
that's
doing?
fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her know
Yeah, so we're just doing a Navia Story quest,
I get her to
because
believe
I
that
never
I
did it
meant what I
before.
said.
And I do like this character, but
With an idea. I'd have a
I
Spina uniform
finished
made
off
and give it to her as a gift.
the events at the beginning of the stream.
so busy and distracted
I
in
did
the
not
city
win
that I forgot to pick
any
the
Windtrace
uniform
games.
up.
And
So I did forget something important
then we
after
finished
all.
the music event. Oh, it's evening for you, I forgot.
I can send someone to
Yeah,
pick it up
I always stream on Saturday evenings. Because it's the only, like, consistent time that I can make sure that I am streaming.
Trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
I like the pictures we took. Yeah, but I realized that, like, a lot of people who watch these streams are are like 12 hours ahead, I think.
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter.
So I'm wondering if I should, like, maybe stream like twice a week, do one in an evening, one in a morning.
Serving my time. Gotta say, it turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately
I don't
made
know.
a
I'll play
beeline
around
back
with
to
the idea.
Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
It's good
Do
to
we
have
know
you back,
Coulter?
Coulter. You look as well as ever.
I feel like they
And this guy is...
Ah, let me introduce you.
give me an
This
explanation.
is Coulter, Another
No,
of
you
Spina
can't join my
Dirosula's members.
world, Mooney.
He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
I don't trust Coulter.
But, looking at it now, it was probably another
Never
one of
trust an
Marcel's
NPC
plots while he
who
worked
just
at the
gets randomly
Conqueror
introduced during a story quest.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
He's sus.
Have you not
I don't
heard
like him.
anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details.
How you doing, Nature Tree? What's new?
Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina Dirosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So
I tried the Wuthering Waves for mobile. There, in my experience traveling, there's something missing. Funny you say that. We're actually playing Wuthering Waves next week, so be sure to join. But yeah, I heard that the performance is terrible on mobile too, and I heard that the world is less inspired than Genshin was. Apparently the story also got like rewritten like a few months ago, so it's very not good. I don't know, we'll see if they fix it up, but at least hopefully like they have like some fixes for stuff before next week. I could have played it this week, but I kind of wanted to give it some I kind of wanted to give it some time to cook. What's missing is the noisy and cute Paimon. Yeah, honestly,
Humble again as
this voice, sorry, this game would be a lot less interesting without Paimon, despite the fact that people always,
that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
People always make fun of Paimon, but it's kind of like, that's kind of like what makes it memorable, almost, by having like an annoying character almost. It at least it gives it some personality. Because like, I feel like the way Wuthering Waves is gonna be is that like, you're gonna play it, and it's just gonna be extremely like flat, monotone, safe. Like, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I haven't played it yet, I haven't even seen gameplay of it yet, but just from what people are saying, that's kind of what I think is it's gonna be like.
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before.
Poisson looks the exact same.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either.
Who was Melissa?
Including
I feel like I
Melissa,
missed something.
also lost their lives in the disaster.
Malus and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Malus.
Sorry, I had to cough.
I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey! Keep it together!
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Navi is gonna tell him about every tragedy that befalled her. She really has to be like the least lucky character in this game. It's like Bennett is the character with bad luck, but I feel like even he has had less misfortunes than Navia. Some of the experience through the Genshin Impact I managed to use in Wuthering Waves. I heard that it is very similar. Like, at least like the screenshots I saw, like even the UI is very similar, but I'm sure they borrowed a lot. Which is funny because Genshin Impact initially was just a very shameless copy of Zelda
All of this.
Breath of the Wild.
It's unbelievable.
Eventually they made it into like its own thing.
That those stories were
And now
real.
the games are not
Really happened.
similar at all.
Gone mad?
So I would hope that like Wuthering Waves would be able to eventually keep at it and find its own identity and what it's good at, but that's honestly down to if they even stick with it.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received
So Marcel was the one that was dissolving...
plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
Yeah, he was the one dissolving the girls.
of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long
These Fontaine names are easier to remember than Inazuma names.
Marcel wanted to rebel against us. He probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Huh. Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also
I heard that,
boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line.
I heard that like Poisson and like the main capital, I heard that like initially there was gonna be like a like a faction war between like the poor and the rich or something, and that got like scrapped because it was like too real, I guess. But like it's kind of funny to think about that. Like, what if that was what this turned out to be? Like the poor people lived here, and then like that was the story quest.
But
it would have been
two couldn't
interesting.
Come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with
I mean, I
him
like
to
the story quest that we got,
Usula altogether.
even if it is
was in
kind
extremely
of
bad terms.
similar to the Sumeru
And
one.
with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when
The
he was
Wuthering
suffering
Waves-
slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships
Sorry, I'm
that
gonna
he
wait
spent
for
a
him to
fortune
finish talking.
build didn't help in the least.
The Wuthering Waves fly, swim, dash, and climbing is only reduced stamina, but running is not. Oh, that's nice. You can change the controls on mobile. Oh, you can like move the UI elements. Okay, that's pretty cool. But that's good. That running doesn't consume stamina. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I feel like this game really shouldn't have like stamina outside of combat. Especially because this game doesn't have mounts. But then I think they kind of want to justify gliding and then also give gliding a limitation.
You could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
I don't know. I feel like any game that doesn't have mounts shouldn't have like stamina for dashing outside of combat. Like Elden Ring and the new Monster Hunters did it well.
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
I don't know, we'll see. I am trying Wuthering Waves next week. It might just be one stream, but we will see.
It eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, I mean, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years.
And they give us 20 free pulls to apologize for the delay, or for the bugs. Yeah, they're probably just, trying to bribe you to not leave the game. Because I've heard a lot of things, like a lot of people are disappointed. Like, I don't know, I think, like, they finally just, like, said, like, okay, enough time has passed, we need to, like, release this game. Because they need to, like, capitalize on...
Even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Because they can't just, like, let Genshin get, like, too established. I mean... I don't know, I feel like Genshin's already way too established at this point to really uproot it.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
Also, weren't they gonna give, like, a 5-star character selector?
I think the Aquabus was
I think
just
that's
the
what I
straw
heard.
that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her
Genshin,
ability
beware
to
of
serve
that
as an
Coulter.
impartial mediator when she
Yeah,
became
I know.
pregnant with Callus's child.
I immediately said that he's sus. I can pick up on that.
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again.
So where are they now?
They regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep
But
an eye
yeah,
on them at all
like, I
times.
could have
I'll let
played
my men
Withering
know right
Waves
away.
this week. But, I was just like,
And Coulter.
it's probably just gonna be like a buggy mess.
As well.
There's probably gonna be like
Don't
server
worry, it's
disconnects and stuff like that.
Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk?
So
I've heard
I'm
so
okay
many
with waiting until
incredulous
next week.
things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Oh, of course. That's fine by me.
I do need to play Power World again.
Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
I've only streamed that game twice, and that was an actual game that I bought, so...
We really are the best of partners.
I never even played that game off stream. Power World. But I did enjoy it. So maybe one stream of Wuthering Waves, depends if I enjoy it or not. And then after that we can play some Power World. We can put Genshin on hold until more content comes out. So I'm pretty much caught up on everything. In terms of story quests, it's literally just Xianyun and Shiori. Which... I don't know. I don't know if I want to like dedicate a whole stream to that.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip.
Wait, are we gonna walk the entire way?
There?
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
This game looks really nice, especially like when I added all the filters and stuff. Hey, you want to see what this game looks like without the filters? What was it, Alt Z? So the filter is on right now. If I turn it off... I don't know if it's that noticeable if you're watching on a smaller screen. But you kind of just lose a lot of definition and stuff. Color. Okay. Like, I hate when games do that. It's like they put like a layer of Vaseline on the visuals.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break.
Like Dragon's Dogma is like that as well, but I can't put filters on that game because it's too performance intensive.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before.
Maybe I should try.
It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built,
That's true. I want to play Dragon's Dogma
our goods, then catch a boat to the port.
again on stream.
Luce and I must have traveled this way hundreds
Like maybe
of
the
times.
first one, maybe the second
When we
one.
were tired, we would lay
Just
down
play like
for
a new
while
game
and
plus.
relax, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two.
And just do a very quick
Spina
playthrough
was
in
still
like
on the
3
rise
streams
back
or something.
Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse. Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Hello, someone's friend.
Oh, is this
I see you got a new
Navia's
icon.
I've been dreaming of that.
Profile icon.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more.
How you doing, someone's friend?
Wait, let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like
Nature
this.
tree.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some regulars here now. It's nice.
And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The 2 most important ingredients of all.
Oh, is she making macarons?
Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
You doing good, someone's friend? That's good to hear. I hope school is going well.
Cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
So I was,
I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Yeah, I was telling Nature Tree, next week I'm planning to play Wuthering Waves on stream. So if you want to join for that, just to try it out, because I haven't played it yet.
Great.
Then
I'll
that
prep the
is...
stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
That is a Genshin-type mobile game made by the devs of Punishing Grey Raven, which was very similar to Honkai Impact. So it's like, when you think about it, like, they should be like the most competent people to make a game like that. I don't know how much they're gonna iron out by next week, but apparently, like, it hasn't been going well so far, because the game just came out. We'll see. I mean, I doubt they're gonna, like, drop the game or anything. Right?
How did it go? Did you find the ingredients?
Can I just say, the best feeling in the world is when somebody sends you on a fetch quest, but you already have all the items you need. It's the best feeling in the world.
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
It's like somebody asks you to bring like 8 shells or something, and you already have like 18 in your inventory. It's very nice.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good
I like the accent she put on that word.
Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally
Macarons.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you seriously never
I'm not gonna
considered
start
joining
doing
us?
that.
You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so... yeah, I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
Walter is sus.
You just
I don't trust him
happened
at
to
all.
walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of
She
you.
gives it her full effort. I
will
respect
endeavor
that.
to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water.
Navia Queen. Yeah, every time I see her, I'm like, I wish I pulled for her. But I gotta stay strong. I gotta save for Pyro Archon. Was it just some small critter?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
The word critter is really... it's a fun word to use.
May your travels
Because
go
it really just
smoothly,
paints a
may the
visual
Spina
in your
continue to
mind.
grow, and may our friendship last until the end of time.
Alright, so... show me the waypoint. Where's my waypoint? I can't operate without a waypoint. No. No. We were doing so well. Oh no. Okay. Danger lurks everywhere in Fontaine. Please tell me that's gonna be very quick to get through. I can't just, can I do the thing? You encounter an odd person beside an Aquabus line. That's the worst part about picking up a world quest, man. Okay, minor detour. You pick up a world quest and then it's like you gotta do 3 world quests every time you try to do a story quest. Go to the cafe. Where is the cafe? Yeah, Navia is very cool, and I don't have any 5-star Geo characters. So I probably could have used her. Should I read this out or should I just skip through it? I'm just gonna skip through it. Let's get through it like very fast. Because then I can focus on Navia's quest. Okay. I'm just gonna mash the dialogue button because you can't skip anything.
All set? Let's move out then. I
Alright.
asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able
Back
to
to
pick it up
Navia's
right
quest.
away.
I'm glad that was very quick. Chill French music, yep. I do like the Fontaine music. It's, Fontaine really does just feel like the better Mondstadt, almost. Okay, which way we going? Fontaine actually reminds me of like Pokemon X and Y, because that also took place in like a France type world.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The demoiselle of Spina de Rosula.
Oh, she's going all in.
Your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
She's going all in with the French accent.
We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
Wait a
My
second.
my mistake. I just got so used to calling her demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
Coulter's voice, is that Pro ZD? It sounds almost exactly like him. Is that Sungwon? I have to look that up right now. One second, I have to look that up right now. I'm gonna look that up. Genshin Impact Coulter voice actor. Genshin Impact Wiki. I have to look this up. This is gonna bother me if I don't. Do they not have it listed? Do they not have it listed? Oh my god, they don't have it listed. It is Sungwon. That's what the comments are saying. It is Pro ZD. I knew it sounded familiar. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Also, I think I may have gotten spoiled by the comments, but I think Nature Tree already told me that that this character is sus. And I also already came to that conclusion as soon as I saw him. So I don't think that did any damage.
Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is
Right now,
always
that's
better
all
than
I can
staying
think of.
cooped up at
That's
home.
definitely his voice.
Very well. Please wait here while
We
I
don't
change
notice
the
the
uniform.
smallest detail in the game that kind of makes us happy. I always love like with anime and like Japanese voice video games when I can like recognize a voice actor.
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me.
Because it's just kind of like, it's like seeing an old
She
friend,
became a lot
almost.
more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person.
So I'm glad I'm playing in English for this quest, when there is actually a voice actor I recognize.
She found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her.
I think we got a panning shot of the critter from earlier.
Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time.
A sussy guy watching. Yeah, a sus critter is
Someone
watching.
who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older.
Yeah, he's
and
not
can
suspicious
really
at
make
all.
that decision for herself.
Is something up, Traveler? Huh?
We're being tailed.
Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
right there.
So the trick is, at regular intervals, regular intervals in your daily life, you just need to, like, yell out, "You can show yourself now," and then eventually you'll catch someone.
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
Alright, Martinet. Oh.
Hey there!
Oh, I should probably put Dea's thing
You
down.
ain't messing around.
Hey guys, it's like I pulled for this character and now she's part of my team, so I can actually see how it works out, and that was too short for me to really find out.
Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
I mean, Navia wouldn't work with Dea, because Navia generates shields, and Dea's sword, the buffs rely on not having a shield, so it's not gonna work, really.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
Thanks, Sunwon. Thanks for your concern.
You were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge?
Didn't even last 2 seconds in a fight.
You're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed
They
up
really
yours
followed
first.
us around all day.
Huh? You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss
I am the
wants to talk
current
with
president of the
me, I'd be
United
happy to meet
States.
with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I mean, she has the ult for it. She has the burst for it.
I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
Navia will not hesitate to shoot someone out of a cannon.
Come on, let's go.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeu's
The thing about playing as Navia, though,
If
like,
he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have
I don't
a
think you
fight
can,
on
like,
our
aim
hands.
too much vertically, and I don't think it has that much range with her skill.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I mean, I guess she can't really, like, replace a bow
I'd
user.
rather things not go that far, since
They can't have her
though
be
we haven't
that
talked to each other for years.
that
Once
good.
upon a time, we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore.
But she has, like, some of the best animations in the
So why don't
game
we stay the
for,
night
like,
in
her
the
gameplay.
Flosandra? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today. so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Sonde again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it.
Isn't poisson just French for fish?
Grilled fish and drinks, so. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Imagine naming your town Fish.
Pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
Oh no, Paimon's gonna sing again. I couldn't stop myself from laughing during the event when Paimon sings. Because it's just like, the voice actor has to keep the Paimon voice on while trying to sing like that. That's very difficult to do, I would imagine.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? I'll go do some prep and I'll get someone to
Echo?
tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can
Oh
use
yeah,
the same
you're
room
right.
as last time.
I actually didn't notice
Remember
that.
the room number, yeah?
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
You made me panic for a second. I thought my audio was echoing if I talked.
Dig at Fleuve Sandra. I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding.
It's a nice touch that they added the echo. I actually didn't notice that until now. I usually have the audio fairly low when I'm listening to it. Also, yeah, let me know if the audio is too high. Because I only really judge it by the levels on OBS. Sit inside and wait for the banquet to begin. Okay, there we go. There's no way I could have read that in time.
Hello? Are you asleep yet? Oh no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like
I don't know, I think the audio is fine. As long as it's not like uncomfortable to listen to,
Wanna go fishing?
or like it's hard to hear me over the audio, then I think it's fine.
So that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything. Don't worry. You don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired. Just think of it as keeping me company. How does that sound? Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
Fishing. See, I like fish, but I don't like fishing. Especially like, you know, and just like classic fishing with like a rod and a hook and stuff. My dad loves it. But it's just like with fishing, like you have to like, I don't like the feeling of like stabbing a worm with a hook and stuff like that. And like even if you use artificial bait, when you catch a fish, you have to like unhook it. And the only way to do that is to like tear the hook out. It's just like, ugh. I don't like it. The actual fishing part, though, is fine. You know, like just casting the rod, catching the fish itself. It's just anything that involves the hook itself, I'm just not into. Oh, and then like cleaning the fish after, yeah, I'm not into that. So I feel like catching a fish and then like actually cutting it in a way that it doesn't have like a ton of bones.
What's the problem?
It's very difficult to do.
Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler?
My brother once told me to keep the worms in the can for him while we were fishing. You ran the moment you saw the worms. Yeah. Yeah. We usually gather a bunch of worms when we're like gardening and stuff, but it's if you buy worms, like they are huge. They are like massive, like super thick too, and it's just like ugh.
Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour.
I can hold worms and stuff, like it's not like too gross. It's just when you have to like actually stab them with the hook that I'm like,
It might just
I
be
can't do
something
that.
runs in my family.
That's a thing?
Because they can definitely like feel it. And it's just like, okay, I need to like stop talking about this.
You'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina. My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say.
I feel like whenever I stream, I always have this shirt, and I always have wet hair because I just showered. I feel like there's so many streams that you could probably just edit together, and if it would look like I just played them all in one sitting.
My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Maloose and Silver were always there too. No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
I wonder what tragedy is going to befall Navia in this quest.
Yeah.
Because there's always got to
Looking
be
back on
one.
it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was.
Looks like Pansy got a favorite shirt. Every streamer needs to have their iconic shirt.
I could do whatever I wanted.
Like Tyler one is always wearing like a white
after
sleeveless shirt.
Once, I saw Maloose come
German
out.
always has that white shirt with like the
How he
blue
got injured,
sleeves.
but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake.
XQC, I think I've always seen him wearing a white shirt. Same with the Moist Critical. Everyone always has their shirt that they always wear.
Because
For me, I guess it's red.
if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
Feel like she's speaking from experience.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
I mean, isn't it supposed to be automatic?
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together.
She bought the rods from IKEA. She didn't follow the instructions.
Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
We're gonna dive in.
Help
Imagine, like, hooking a fish and then diving into the water to catch it. Huh. Skill issue for Navia. Her automatic rod can't catch anything. It's only when you begin to head back that Paimon discovers the real reason for why she didn't get a single bite.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Oh, it's Coulter. I can't believe it.
Well, your rod was
I
missing
can't
a part
believe it.
too, so
Why would Coulter
I guess
betray
that
us?
makes it fair.
The most trustworthy character in the game.
The number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
Listen, if they just introduce like a character that just got out of prison and he's just like, oh yeah, I'm like a real friend of your dad's and stuff, and we go way back, and it's really sus.
All right.
It's like, why,
Go
otherwise, why would you do
I
that?
had a great time
If they
today.
weren't gonna like betray you eventually.
See you tomorrow.
See, they can do the automatic waiting.
So how was
They've been making me manually do that
get a
this
good night's
entire time.
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar.
Because they always do that, next one, Paimon. They always do that where it's like, to progress the quest, you have to like wait until a certain time, and it's like, why not just do it automatically, right? Well, they just did.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Hello, Coulter. Hello, Pro ZD.
Anyway,
Hello, someone.
I'll arrange for
I can't
both to
hear
take us
anything
back to
else now when he
Quasar.
talks.
I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
I hope so too.
Oh, that's a furniture item? She really did get it from IKEA. Is that like a recipe I have to learn, or... Oh, I think it's automatic. What is this? A portrait Mimir painted for you. When was this? When did they make this? When did I get this? Very interesting looking. Alright, let us head back. I'm actually going to very quickly use the washroom. I'm going to be very quick. I'll be right back. It's just going to take like a few minutes. I think the coffee finally caught up with me. But I'm going to be right back. Fishing rod from IKEA and furniture from IKEA. Yeah, and the fishing rod is furniture. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. I'll be right back. If I can remember the hotkey. Was it 3? Okay, that's good. Yeah, the Stream Deck doesn't work with Genshin, so I have to remember the hotkeys again. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. I hope not a single person left, because I would be devastated. No, I'm joking. But, yeah, it took a bit longer. A bit longer than expected. I took the chance to also brush my teeth as well. Alright, let's get going. I don't know what the news is. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, this is for the new update. Nice. Yeah, Chlorine looks like a really cool character to play from the leaks that I saw.
Always seek to protect the things that are most important, no matter what it takes, even when it looks futile.
Candace's English voice is a way different vibe than the Japanese one.
Adele, we're back! We brought you a gift from the court, too.
Whoa! Thank you so much!
Her name spells chlorine.
Don't call her boss,
right?
okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
You might be onto something. Like it is spelled as chlorined, but you might be onto something there.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
Imagine naming your kid Chlorine.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case.
Your mom really loves swimming in the public pool, so we named you Chlorine.
You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too.
Okay. Every time I see Navia, this is one thing with her design, I always feel like those boots that she wears are super uncomfortable. Like that must like cut off the circulation for her legs. Like you can see they're like fairly tight.
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform. Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Well,
Like just imagine how painful that would be.
When you first told me that you
The
were
things you do for
interested in
fashion.
the Spina, I was overjoyed. But it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
Average woman, high boots in fashion
You
games.
can't really grow up faster by working hard.
It's like, how can you even bend your leg while wearing those?
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even
It just
if you're
looks so
not an official
uncomfortable.
member,
I
you're
can't
still
think of
part
anything
the
else, man.
family. Huh? Is something up, Florent?
Hey,
I've
boss.
got something urgent to report. Romeo and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
What? Explosives? What do they want?
It seems like they've been
They
planning
want to
this for some
explode us.
time.
What else do they
We
want?
started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
They have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated
We should have
the
gone straight to
situation.
the cops.
Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Just another day for Poisson. This is the calamity of the week they have to avoid, I suppose.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible. That should save them from the worst of it.
Let's get everyone on board.
Croissant.
That should be the safest place.
Oui, oui, mademoiselle.
My dear partner, can I leave the
Est-ce que tu
Clementine
parles
line?
français?
If the explosives
Oui,
do go
oui.
wrong, not only will
Don't
the
get me
people
started
of
on
the south be in danger, any
or else I won't be able to
aquabuses using
stop.
the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
I don't even think what I just said was correct.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Oh no, watch out.
Watch out, boss!
Pansy French confirmed. I'm Canadian.
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
Ontario is connected to Quebec, that's close enough.
Had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a
Wow,
trick?
Coulter betrayed us.
alone with
Oh no. I never saw that coming except for the fact that I called it out as soon as he showed up on screen.
I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions
I
on
can't
some
believe
issues, I never
Sungwon would do this to us.
radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out.
Then again, I did say Florent was also sus, so I guess it cancels out.
You never gave me a chance to make my move.
I can't just call everyone
Romeo
sus
has lost
and then...
his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Coulter evil.
Why?
Yeah, he's a very
Someone as clueless
cartoonish
about the
evil
past
as well,
you
apparently.
would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia.
Let me get that paycheck, someone.
Died because of you.
You're killing it.
Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead. All because of you.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aquabus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin?
I mean, I'm gonna just let him perform.
Destroyed everything that was beautiful.
He's giving us his whole
Don't listen to him, boss.
evil
Just
plot.
spouting nonsense.
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing? Have you ever considered
You are worthless. You serve zero
stay in
purpose.
Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came?
Because if you do falter, There'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious
I mean, we already
to you-
heard her say this.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia, and my mom loves her too.
I, a 4-year-old, really like Navia.
I don't know how to explain it, but I like her.
Is this color better?
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now.
If I turn the
You
brightness
somehow
up.
managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out
Now
of
I
the
look
way,
too
Thor.
blue.
I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Yeah, I'll have to keep it like this. It makes me look too red, but the other one makes me look too blue.
Spina and Poisson like this. But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Is it cutscene time? Oh, okay. Oh no. I don't have my team. I don't have Dea and Candace to do the only vaporized reaction that I use. They're really cooked with her animations, man.
Feeling lucky?
Oh, that's true. I probably only need to kill Coulter.
From the Spina with love.
Oh, I didn't get to see her animation.
Coming at ya.
Never mind, I have to kill all of them. And they made her, like, attacks flow really well.
I'll leave the town to
Usually
you.
great swords are
Summon the
pretty
other
slow.
members and help with
I
the
think like Eula
evacuation
was
of
the
the
exception.
townspeople. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to
Coulter
harm
is
any
just in the
ordinary
Yamcha
civilians.
death pose.
I can't allow my partner
Or the
to face
Family Guy
danger
death
on
pose,
the
more like.
Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
She's never okay, to be honest.
I don't know, but I have to go.
Navia is in a constant state of never okay.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Actually, good observation, Paimon. Okay, I thought one guy spawned to stop me. The other guy was just behind a bush.
You're exposed.
Do I have to kill these guys? I don't think so. What happens if I fail this? Do I just fail the quest? I mean, it might just be an instant death. Do I have to kill them? Because I could just go to the pillar. Like, is this not the objective? Challenge failed. What? But I'm here. This is the pillar. This was the goal. How does this burst animation work? Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I can't. They have the burst animation turned off if you're like next to an object that would block the camera. Basically, like if you're too close to a wall, basically, they'll just like turn off the burst animation. I don't know, it's just their way of coping with that, I guess.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clement. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must.
Okay, I guess I have to kill all these enemies. I think it's just kind of their, like, overall just band-aid fix. To make it so that you don't have to worry about, like, where the camera is positioned in every burst animation. They just make it so that it's disabled if you're too close to an object.
Decided by destiny.
I really wish I had Dea's C2, so I could just have a constant uptime on her skill.
Really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the right direction.
Wait, I probably shouldn't shoot the bombs. That's probably not a good idea. Imagine if I shot the bombs and it actually had like an animation of like an atomic bomb going off, and then just quest fails.
Too easy.
Access denied.
Access denied?
These must be the explosives,
Why would
right?
Ganyu say that?
The control mechanism.
Of all people.
How can we disable it? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
It's a keyhole. If only we had the Keyblade.
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for? Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up has the key. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Let's see what we can find.
Wasn't there just like 3 people? She's taking too long. Oh, a radish. That's just what I needed.
Oh, you found it! That's amazing!
Of course, it was the last guy I checked.
That should do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now. Oh, you're right. They could have set
Why would
explosives elsewhere,
bomb
too.
control have keyholes? I mean, I guess like... I mean, the keyhole is to... Oh. I had my face cam. Oh no. Just another day for Poisson. That was an impressive jump. That was an impressive jump.
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Oh, she's gonna shoot the rocks.
Look, I'm doing this the Spina way.
Oh, she actually is shooting the rocks. That was like cooler than the burst animation. I mean, I like the burst animation. Also, where did those rocks come from? What part did they bomb then? Because I don't think there was like a pillar up there. Or did they just mean to make a rock slide?
They're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rusula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even
just a
be worth
normal
trying to talk
rock
to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rusula will not raise any objections.
It's like Navia's luck is so bad that they prevented the bombing. And then just unnatural rock slide happens. That's actually really funny to think about.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you are so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time. It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
Why would a bomb control have keyholes? I mean... yeah. I mean, to shut it down, it had a keyhole, which is kind of strange. I guess. I mean, it's just so that, like, people can't sabotage your attempt to sabotage
Romeo's own
something.
Guardianage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeo really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all, too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Got it. That's good, at least.
We never met Romeo, did we?
I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more.
Sorry, I was just trying to figure out one of the hotkeys.
What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say.
Navi's gonna extend the subway routes.
Would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control.
Navi's gonna do what Toronto couldn't.
That we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula, but once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you, Navia.
You're welcome to come back to the village that you tried to bomb. You're always welcome here.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person.
You can say that again.
Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me really happy.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Thank you so much.
That's true. Traveler doesn't know that she got, like, a full-on low-tier god speech from someone she thought she can trust.
Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
Damn.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief. than
That's it. That's his line for the next 3 months. That's all he did.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I
The
feel
man
quite a
came
bit
into the
better,
office for 2 words.
but I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to
Traveler
just
spoke.
ignore me.
Everyone rejoice. It's like, at this point, he just has like one line every now and then, just so that we know that the voice actor is alive. That's the only reason.
used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
I'm just thinking that, like, Navia is in the art for the next update. And I'm just like, I wonder if any misfortune is gonna befall her in the next update. Like, what's gonna happen to her now? Like, she really is just straight up the least lucky character in the game. Even more so than the character that's entire gimmick is supposed to be unlucky.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Unluckier than Benny? Yeah, I would say so.
I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Like, listen to her, she's like emotionally destroyed. Like, Bennett is just like mildly unlucky. Meanwhile, Navia is like suffering tragedies, like at every point in her life. Oh, I was supposed to go down. I kind of want to guide this thing though first. Sorry, I didn't notice that the waypoint was underground. You know, it's funny that they've kept the Sealies for this long. Like, since the beginning of the game, it's still the one thing that they've kept. In terms of, like, the puzzles.
I call dibs.
She calls dibs on the 2 Primo Gems. Sure, Dea. You can have the spoils from the common chest. You think the little Sealy guys are cute? Oh, we do have them as pets. Yeah, we have the Sealies as pets, but like... I mean, I guess they don't look the same. The closest thing we have, really, is more... this thing. Yeah, Endora, the Oceanid guy, girl, thing. I think I have like all the pets, right? I don't think I've missed any. This one kind of sucks. The Octo Baby, because it just stays in a bubble the entire time, unless you're underwater. It's just very distracting. Like, it probably matches some characters. Like, it would probably match Kokomi. That's fine. The mildly... or... not even mildly, the Race's Genie is my favorite. She suits most of my characters. Matches Barbara. Perhaps. Barbara. No, I wonder how easily you can like beat the game without summoning at all. Cause like, which characters would you have? You would have like the main four, and then you would have Shangling from Spiral Abyss. You'd have Barbara, I think. And I think later down the line you get what's her face in Fontaine.
We mercs have one simple rule. Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
Thanks, Dea. What's her face? What's her name again? This girl, Lynette. So that's like what, 7 characters? And then I guess like for events and stuff, you can get characters to
Why is
that.
everyone gathered here? And what's this?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Oh. Oh, that's nice. I thought it was supposed to be a statue, though.
This is Papa, Mother, and me.
We
I thought it was supposed to be a
designed the look for
statue.
Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working.
Sculptor?
We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Oh, so they're... Okay, this is the plan for the statue, right?
Seen the work she's put in regarding the whole.
Because I don't know how to break it to you guys.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around,
But if that's the plan for the statue, why would it need to be that big?
We're gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
Thank you so
Oh, I should have read that
much,
out.
everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is.
Oh, no, I'll just make up what he said. We also believe in the bonds that we have together.
The chance to stand
I'm the
next to my mother.
protagonist.
Not even in my wildest dreams.
That's a nice statue slash drawing slash painting slash mural. Mural. Alright. I guess that is done.
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again and become a more reliable president for all of you. Looking back on it, I am honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier. I'm sure everyone longs for that one thing in life that seems trivial to others, but they themselves can never obtain. To me, that would be a family portrait. I've always been super jealous of other people's family photos. I've never thought I'd receive a family portrait of my own. Especially not like this. It seems like I'm not such an unlucky person
Kitty.
after all.
Yeah. Cat in the background. Yeah, it's funny that they added a cat petting minigame just for like one side quest, and then they used it for an event as well. This looks kind of final. I'm thinking this is the final product. They couldn't afford the rock to make a statue. It's just a drawing, though. Whatever. Anyway, I think we're done. What time is it? It's only been 3 hours? Yeah. I don't think there's anything left that I need to do. I already did the events. I'm done earlier than I expected. I swear the other story quests took like 3 hours on their own. Or anything else that I can do? I mean, I could go... Yeah, 3 hours. I was thinking I could do, like, the, that quest with the underwater castle and all that, and I'm just like, that's probably gonna take too long. I don't know, it might just have to be a 3 hour, 20-minute stream today. That's, quite a bit shorter than usual. But, yeah. Alright, I think we're gonna call it. So, as I said before, next week is going to be Wuthering Waves. I'm gonna play around with that, probably just gonna be like one stream, and then after that we'll see what we want to do. It might be back to Power World. Might be something else completely. We'll see. I also need to make more YouTube videos, that's for sure. Tomorrow I'm going to Anime North, which is a anime convention in Toronto, and I wanted to practice filming with my new camera setup, which is going to be interesting. I'm gonna feel like such a content creator. I'm gonna feel like one of those vloggers. Yeah. Hey, the stream got 2 likes. What do you know? Yeah, I still cover the view count with a post-it note. Because honestly, I feel like when you're a smaller streamer, you don't want to see like how many viewers you have. Because every time like somebody comes in or leaves, then like it starts to, it kind of influences. Oh, thanks for the 3rd like. I think that may have been you, someone's friend, but thank you. Or whoever may still be here. Yeah. Honestly, like if any smaller streamer needs advice, I would honestly say like cover up the view count and just like try your best, like just for yourself basically. Because like sometimes you're gonna have like 0 viewers and you're gonna see that you have like 0 viewers, and then it's gonna be like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I don't have to try right now, but like you should always be on. Anyway. Tomorrow, anime convention, gonna try and film it, maybe edit it, maybe upload it. It honestly just depends on how it turns out. And then we'll see what we can do from there. My camera setup has been upgraded, so I am hoping to make more YouTube videos. And I still need to update my profile image, which I'm probably gonna have to draw or do like an edit or something. And that is the plan. Wuthering Waves next week. See how it goes. But thank you for joining. Thank you, someone's friend, Nature Tree, and MAA for joining the stream. And yeah, we're good to go. Any VOD watchers still here? Thank you for joining as well. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their day or good night. And I need to remember what the hotkey is. Is it 5? Yeah, it's 5. I still got it. Was I peeking the mic? I hope not. Oh, geez. Yeah, that is going... I think I have the mic too close to my head. Good night, cool guy. Good night, someone's friend. Thank you for joining. I think it is still morning for you, so I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope I wasn't peeking the mic. I'm gonna have to check. Alright. See ya.